How does one download data files from the class shares at Mott Community College? Let's look at some terminology first. Pretend that you have your internet up there in the cloud, in the sky. I have to be careful about in the cloud because it has a meaning now, but up in the sky somewhere, and your computer is down here on your laptop. If you download files, that means you're getting files from the internet to put on your computer, and that's what we'll be talking about in this video. On the other hand, when you send me your homework files and put them in Blackboard or put a file in Blackboard to be graded, that's called uploading data files. So those two terms, download and upload, are important for you to get straight. And everybody has trouble with the two terms, don't worry. Now, if you're working at Mott, you have immediate access to the files. It's really very much easier if you do that process at the college. But I'll show you how to do it both at the college and at home. Basically, what you would do is use a Windows Explorer window and then put your source side on the right and your destination side on the left. Don't worry, I'll show you. And then you have to make a folder where you want to put your stuff at. Then you'll select the files that you want to download, and I'll show you the shift-click technique to do that, and then use one of several methods to copy them to the destination. You might know the right-click copy, right-click paste method, or I'll also show you the drag method. Well, let's go see how that works. I have opened Windows Explorer down here. Do you see way down at the bottom where the yellow file folder is? Or you could go Start Computer. That also works, does the same thing. And notice that I have my flash drive inserted on the, shows up on the destination side, on the left side. And I want to make a file folder in there to hold my files. I'm going to click on the flash drive to select it, and then I can either go up to New Folder button, or I could right-click New Folder, and it will give me an opportunity to make a folder. I'm going to make a 162 folder and press the Enter key to hold my files. Now, if you notice, if you expand the outline on your flash drive, which is way down there, you'll now see the 162 folder. I have my nest, if you will, ready to set up to receive the little chiclets. Now let's go back up and find the data files. At the college, that would be in letter Z, but I'm not at, or letter X, I'm sorry. Letter X, but I'm not at the college, so I'm going to pretend. I have a copy of the data files for the class right here. I put them on my hard drive so I would be able to show you how to do this. But pretend this is letter X. In the public folder. That's where they are. It's in public. And the way you copy them now is to click on the first one. With your left hand, left index finger, press down and hold the Shift key while you click on the last one. Then let your finger up. Now you can copy them by one of two methods. Right-click, copy, nothing happens. And then go down to your folder and right-click, paste. Now I'm just going to let you know that I'll show you the starting of the screen, but I'm not going to let it copy. Click paste. And you'll see it starting to copy. I'm going to cancel it. That's one method. The other method is the drag method, which would be right-click. I want you to do this with a right click, not a left click, but a right click. Right drag down to the folder, and you notice that it turned blue. You see the highlighting bar? That shows you you're in the right place. And there are 10 items there to copy. And when you let up your finger, it's going to ask you if you would like to move or copy. And the reason I want to teach you the right drag technique is it gives you a choice between moving and copying. Whereas if you left drag, it does different things depending on what drives you're using. So I just always use the right drag technique. And I'll click copy here, and again I'm going to cancel it. And that's the way that works if you're at Mott Community College. If you're at home, you'll want to use a different technique, which I will show you next. If you're working on your laptop at home, or even if you're in the college and hooked up to the wireless network, you'll have to use a different technique because you don't have direct access to those drives. You'll have to log into the virtual private network. And then the technique is quite similar, except you have to zip the files first and then download them and then unzip them. So I'll show you how that works. If you want to access the virtual private network at Mott from outside the network, you'll need to use your browser, Internet Explorer or Firefox, to go to a certain address. The address is listed for you here. It's also listed in your paperwork, so you'll have it available. Let me do that now. And then you'll log in using your same login as you would for anything else at Mott. Notice that my login is my whole name. That's because I'm on staff. You'll see the various drives that are allotted to you. What you see here as the letter H, the home drive, is actually the same as letter R drive in the college, just so you know. That's your personal space that you can use for any legal activity. But we want the X drive. Let's click on Class Shares, the X drive. And then you have to go to your proper semester. And then you have to find your class in the list. And all of the students who are in the class have their own folder, and that's where you would put your homework for the teacher to grade. There's also a folder called Public. In the public folder are files that you can download, but you cannot upload to that folder. You can only upload to your personal folder. I want all of these data files, so instead of clicking on them individually, I'm just going to click the box at the top and it will select all. Now I want to download the files. Remember, I already made my 162 folder. Do you remember that? I already made it, so I have it ready. Now I'll download. What would you like to call this zip folder? Because to get them all at once, you have to zip them. I'm going to call it a 162 zip. And now in a second, it's going to say, what would you like to do? Open it or save it? You know, actually, I just open it because I'm going to extract the files right away. And now I'm at a window virtually identical to where I just was when I was working from home, except that I need to extract the files first. So I'll click on Extract All Files. Where would you like to put them? It assumes I want to put them on the C drive. I don't think so. Well, you might want to put them on the C drive at home. That's safe. But I'm going to put them on my flash drive. It's up to you where you want to put them. In that 162 folder, remember? If you had forgotten to make a folder first, you could just click on your flash drive and then click Make New Folder, and it would make a 162 folder for you, and you could put them in there. That's another way to do it. And confirm that I'm in the right place, yes, and click Extract. It will take just a second. I'm going to pause it so you don't have to wait for that to happen. Actually, it doesn't matter. I can cancel it because I'm done extracting, I'll have all of my folders. They would all be there otherwise. And you could then go ahead and use them from your flash drive or your C drive or wherever you want to work with your files at. That's all there is to downloading from the virtual private network or from the Windows Explorer using ClassShares. Not as hard as we initially thought, but pretty complicated if you don't have someone show you.